you! The visions, they were real! The gods came to me, told me their champion would come and rescue us from the Hydra. But you're too late! We're pinned down! Oh, these creatures, they came from nowhere. The ships are all destroyed. All hope is lost, Spartan. Even for you.
It's never too late, well, to kill something. Anyway, you can notice the difference between the cutscenes very easily, and as a slight fault of this game being older than God of War 2, it's much more noticeable when there is a cutscene, and you know, when you notice that it was clearly not changed up at all. Although I will say this game does it is a bit more noticeable on which one was upgraded, which one benefited a bit more in my opinion. Also, this box can only take 4 arrows, so you're gonna want to watch it, and I swear to God if it breaks, you're gonna be pissed. They basically shoot like both, 3 of them basically shoot at once, and please don't break, please don't break. And then, you know, you're good. Come on. And then, you know, after they all shoot, you're gonna want to make your move, and this will be broken. I will say that sequences like this, where you're not really doing combat, but instead you're kind of doing a puzzle. It's bullshit. No, a game! Okay, anyway. These sequences, they're not really good pace breakers. I would really much rather be doing anything else, like even me doing some homework than some of these sequences, because some of them just aren't that fun. And in fact, they're really just annoying at times. I mean, that wasn't really a match for me. And a few other ones like that pole walking thing. It happens far too much in this game, and it's just not that interesting. I mean, I get that they really wanted to make sure that you weren't just killing things all the time, and I appreciate that, and I like it as well, because, you know, variety in games, never a bad thing. But at least they did get some good ideas by God of War 2 that were expanded in God of War 3 and have really evolved into something in Ascension. Although Ascension as a whole is still very flawed. Although, these sequences where you're climbing stuff and then dealing with enemies, they're pretty neat. I mean, the music is pretty badass. I personally love this tune that's playing. It's a great representation of God of War in general. Although there are problems like how you didn't notice it there, but when you're actually in a grabbing animation for these, you have resistance armor, but not invincible frames. I mean, not armor, but resistance frames. Like, you saw there, Kratos got hit, but he did not flinch. In God of War 2, you do have resistance, invincible frames. This game, it's not, and that can be a problem, but I do think these are cool. I mean, you have to kind of think about how you're going to approach, like, do I want to do a quick attack, or do I want to do a heavy attack, or do I just want to do a circle? Or you may even have to think about how you're going to set up for one of those. So, you know, it works. I mean, it still fits. Of course, as my problem with pole walking, it doesn't fit. No. I have no problem with it, but the way Kratos just is timid while doing it, that's not who he is. This is a guy who is the epitome of does not give a fuck. I think we all say at this point that by God we're free, Kratos, if Kratos had any fucks to give, they were gone. They were easily gone. Probably by the end of God of War 3, any fuck still left. Gone. But he's just so timid. I've seen people point this out, and it's like, he has a point. That's actually kind of funny. Yeah. You know, it's the first game. You can't really hate it. Because, you know, when you're trying something new, you can't expect too much. Problems are going to arise. And this music that plays, again, is still awesome. I would personally play this while I'm working out if I could. Now, a nice thing that I like about this game compared to the future game's very hard modes is that since a health chest restore your health all the way, and also magic chests, you can leave them and come back for them much later, so you can be a bit more strategic. If this was God of War 2, I probably would have gone back for that health chest more easily, but I don't really need it now. Actually, what am I saying? I totally should have gone back for that. I'm stupid. I sure don't know what I was going on about. Though, we do have a few things to get. Like here, we have a Gorgonite. This upgrades your health. And upgrades are one of the main things I'm going to be focusing on as well. And also talking a bit more into detail about. Because there's a trophy where you have to beat the game in under 5 hours, which I actually did in my original walkthrough. No problem. And I'll go into details about that, because there are a few things you need to know, like, you know, fights to skip, and also chests to skip.
Lord Poseidon. Kratos, before you reach Athens, there is a task you must complete. This beast, this Hydra, it has terrorized my seas for far too long. Your skills are admirable, but you will need assistance. You will need the power of the gods. Take this weapon, Kratos. Take this power and use it to defeat your enemies.
Oh, thank you, Lord Poseidon.
Go with the gods, Kratos. Go forth in the name of Olympus.
When I'm done with this recording, I am going to bow. Fuck, I kind of didn't realize something. Usually when you get magic or something, you have a sequence where you usually have unlimited. Except you didn't here. And I didn't notice. I am in a good position. Except not really! I'm not bowing down to you now, Poseidon. I'm seriously not gonna bow down before you. I'll be grateful for Poseidon's Rage, which, believe me, kicks ass and is very useful for runs of any kind.
Back! Back! Get them away from the ship! Why won't they die?
It's the giant one! He keeps healing the others!
No, God! We'll never get out of here! Doomed! We're doomed! We're all dead! Poseidon, save me!
Poseidon, don't save that fool, and instead give me my magic back. Okay, so here we have the final encounter with the Hydra. Oh god. If I was going to attack. Sometimes enemy are actually interesting where they don't attack, but they're actually trying to conquer us by roaring. It's weird, but it works. I mean, that's extra hits for you. Now, Poseidon's Rage is very useful in that when you attack with it, not only does it give you extra hits, but also gives you invincible frames. And it's awesome. Love it, live it, learn it. When it's upgraded, it kicks serious ass. And because of the way the experience, the orb system works in this game on the very hard, it's very useful and very useful. I see people prefer it to the Blades of Chaos, and I can't blame them. But I do think above all else, you should upgrade the Poseidon's Rage. And when they're pulling you in, you can usually get in a few use Poseidon's Rage to get extra hits on that Hydra head. It's weird, but this Hydra head is easier than the last few. Now, we want to focus on that big one, but if we tried to get to it, these small heads would actually interfere pretty badly, actually. We got one on the ice, and we got this one. Although I didn't really get too much damage on that. Left one I usually count, right? Wait, it doesn't matter which one you get rid of, just as long as you get rid of them. Well, this boss fight, it's very notable, especially for the ending. You guys are going to see what I mean. This is as simple as can be. I'm surprised he hasn't actually beat magic yet. I'm very surprised I didn't get magic back from that. Oh well. Alright, so that's the small head, so let's take care of the big guy. Look at you, think you're big and tough. Well, I got news for you. You ain't tough at all. None shall defy the God of War. When it does... Wait, he's still not God of War. Never mind, people. Know what I'm saying about that. What I like doing is that when he chomps down, you should do Science Creation, get the invincibility frame, and also get extra damage. Because usually you will get magic back after it does that, and that will basically override the cost you gave up. Oh god. And also, that can actually hurt you when it falls down. And I believe that it will that does matter. Because you might actually lose the opportunity. And also, that rolling thing I'm doing, you basically hit the attack button, and you can basically move a lot faster. Oh god. Oh boy. Believe me, I am not joking when I said that about the thing about him falling. It's actually surprising. Because usually in the games, when an enemy is in a vulnerable state for a quick time event, they can't really hurt you when you're going into that. But let me tell you people, when people saw how Kratos finished this thing off, it was good. We knew that we got one hell of a series. And one protagonist. Or anti-hero for that matter. Because we can all say at this point, Kratos is not really a hero. And you guys are going to see what I mean in a second. I don't think I'm taking damage, which is awesome. You know, for the very first boss of the series, it's pretty good. It's simple, it's kind of a tutorial, and that's it. Aside, you better be ready for this, me doing your friggin' dirty work. Wait, I know what's coming up. Oh. This is where it all ends, people. This is where we realize who Kratos really was and how awesome he could be. He impaled the Hydra on the mast. He pulled it down with his own hands. Maybe it's not the most memorable first boss. That personally goes to the first ones of God of War 2 and 3. But you guys would never forget that. And I'm surprised you survived.
Thank you! Thank the gods you came back for me!
I didn't come back for you.
No!
Oh, that was not necessary, Kratos. Come on. Although some people think that's actually the guy from the first Hydra fight who basically says, "I would rather die than be saved by you." I don't think it is, but you know, it would make sense. It would make perfect sense. That's why Kratos just did not want to save him. Because you know, why would you save a guy who was rude to you when you're being nice to them? Exactly. Orc eye and health. Jump on the thing. But yeah, we've really kind of established Kratos' character. There's just one other trait that we're gonna see in a bit, but you know, he's cruel, he's violent, and really, he just has no sympathy for people at times. I mean, if that guy really was, oh my god. If he really was that guy from the beginning who did not want to be saved by Kratos, then, you know, I can't really blame him for killing him like that. Grab him! But, you know, if it wasn't, then that was just not necessary. A few other times, it does make sense. You know, as a whole, Kratos, you can kind of feel a bit sympathy for. Why did he grab that guy? And also, during throwing animations, you are usually invincible. They can tend to glitch out like that. And I also say, I love Kratos' brutality at times. It just makes these fights and attacks just all the more satisfying to do. I mean, you know, that thing where he swung the enemy in air and then just punched him on his Blades of Chaos? That's pretty satisfying. Yeah, I already know how to double jump, so that's kind of late game.